London, a city steeped in history, culture, and stories that span over 2 millennia. From Roman settlements to modern-day metropolises, London has seen it all. But what makes this city so captivating? Today we're diving deep into the fascinating history of London, exploring how it evolved into the global powerhouse we know today. So grab your time-traveling hats and let's take a journey through the ages. Our story begins around the year 43 AD, when the Romans invaded Britain. They established a settlement on the banks of the River Thames, which they named Londinium. Initially it was just a small trading post, but its strategic location on the river helped it grow rapidly. Londinium quickly became an important hub for trade and commerce, and by the early 2nd century, it had grown into a bustling city. At its peak, it boasted impressive structures like the Roman baths, the amphitheatre, and a fortress to protect the settlers from invading tribes. But in the mid-5th century, the Roman Empire began to crumble, and with it, Roman London was abandoned. Fast forward to the early Middle Ages. London was resettled by the Anglo-Saxons, but it was after the Norman conquest of 1066 that the city truly began to take shape as a power center. William the Conqueror, fresh from his victory at the Battle of Hastings, decided to build a massive fortress, the Tower of London. Throughout the medieval period, London grew rapidly. The population swelled as merchants flocked to the city, attracted by its proximity to the Thames, and soon London became England's political and economic heart. By the 13th century, the city's famous landmarks were already taking form. Westminster Abbey, built in the 11th century, and the early foundations of St. Paul's Cathedral. The 16th and 17th centuries were a period of dramatic change. Under the Tudors, London became the epicenter of English power. Henry VIII's reign was marked by monumental events, including the English Reformation and the dissolution of the monasteries. One of the most famous events during this time was the construction of the Palace of Whitehall, and later Elizabethan theatres like the Globe Theatre. London was also home to some of the world's greatest writers, including William Shakespeare, who made his mark on the city's rich cultural scene. However, the Stuart period brought turmoil. In 1666, a devastating event changed London forever: the Great Fire of London. It destroyed much of the city, including 87 churches and thousands of homes. But this tragedy also sparked a massive rebuilding project. The fire cleared the way for the iconic architecture that still defines London today, including the redesign of St. Paul's Cathedral, led by Sir Christopher Wren. As we move into the 18th and 19th centuries, London experienced tremendous growth. During the Georgian era, the city's population boomed, and grand buildings like Buckingham Palace were constructed. Then came the Victorian era, a time of industrialization, urbanization, and innovation. London became the world's largest city, home to over 6 million people by the end of the 19th century. It was a city of contrasts: opulent wealth for some, extreme poverty for others. But it was also a time of major progress, with the introduction of the London Underground in 1863, the first subway system in the world. The Victorians also left their mark with iconic landmarks like Tower Bridge, the Houses of Parliament, and the Natural History Museum. The 20th century was marked by war, hardship, and recovery. London endured both World War I and World War II, with the latter leaving scars that would take decades to heal. During the Blitz, the city was heavily bombed, and many historic buildings were damaged or destroyed. But London's resilience shone through. After the war, the city rebuilt itself, with modern architecture rising from the ashes. The 1960s and 1970s saw the rise of skyscrapers, and London became a symbol of global financial power. Today, London is a thriving cosmopolitan city that blends the old with the new. It's a global financial hub, a cultural epicenter, and a city that welcomes people from all over the world. From historic landmarks like the Tower of London and Buckingham Palace to contemporary icons like the Shard and the London Eye, London's skyline tells the story of a city that continues to evolve. And with its rich cultural diversity, vibrant art scene, and a reputation for innovation, London remains at the forefront of global cities. So, there you have it, the incredible journey of London, from its Roman origins to the modern metropolis we see today. Whether you're strolling through the ancient streets of the City of London or admiring the view from the London Eye, you're walking through history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating journeys through history.